and in business. A renowned economist calls for clear privatization policy to defend any hand twist on Ethiopia's current privatization moves. An Ethiopian economist, Demis Canelo, said Ethiopian private sector needs to take a key share in the latest privatization business. Jerusalem Bazaar reports.
In June 2018, Ethiopia has announced to open major state-owned enterprises for private and foreign investors. The decision includes to partially or fully transferring the shares of companies including Ethiopian Airlines, Ethio Telecom, as well as the Ethiopian Shipping and Logistics Service Enterprise. However, Demis Canelo, who is an Ethiopian agricultural economist and consultant, said Ethiopia's privatization needs a clear policy and strategy, and it should be led by Ethiopian private sector.
Privatization is good, but it has to be done very, very carefully. And we have to take it in a very broad perspective. Okay. As I said, why do you need a good telecommunication sector or telecommunication industry? Why do you need a good, airlines like Ethiopian Airlines? But this has to go to the private sector, to the private Ethiopians.
Currently, the government of Ethiopia is now ready to release an expression of interest (EOI) for the sale of a 40% stake in Ethio Telecom. The other sector's privatization process is on the way with a transparent and credible manner, State Minister of Finance Eob noted.
We want to add one additional player, so we have issued a new bid for license, and also we need a partner for Ethio Telecom. We are selling 40% of Ethio Telecom stake, and that also is in the making, which would finalize early next year. So that's where we are. But overall, on the logistics sector and in the energy sphere and in railway, the reforms that we've embarked on are really going with speed, clarity, and precision that would really find, which is difficult to find in many places.
Demis also appreciated government's decision in the delays of other sectors' privatization process, and he urged to the government to see carefully.
We have to be very careful, and I think what we are being told so far is the government is also handling the issues very carefully. The telecommunication, the Ethiopian Airlines, because initially even people were talking Ethiopian Airlines was to be privatized, but the government hold it. It's a good decision. On the telecommunication, the way they are doing it so far is good. The logistics is still not moving. So that careful move is needed.
The scholars stressed economic independence is critical to resist any external power. Hence, Ethiopians should be managed Ethiopia's economic base by themselves.
If we want to make a difference in this country, let the private sector be led by Ethiopians, be it in agriculture, industry, or service sector. We have seen recently what's happening in this economy. No one gave us a support. What I am hearing and what you are hearing today, the outsiders, the Westerners, rather are trying to kill us. I can use this term, killing us, okay, in all aspects. Even we didn't mention on the inflationary process, there might be some sabotaging behind it, coming from multinational corporations, okay? It is only when we are strong in our economic base, led by Ethiopians, that we can fight and that we can stand them. If you are dependent on them, you will die, eventually.
The national policy priorities set out in a new 10-year perspective plan and the 3-year homegrown economic reform provide guidance and direction for design and implementation of the United Nations Sustainable Development Cooperation Framework.